What's up? What's up? All right, we back. We back. We was down for about 3 minutes, man. They don't play about that Grammy footage, huh? So for those of y'all that was on the last stream or is realizing like, yo, the stream dropped. The link was out. I see it on his Instagram, his Twitter, his Facebook. What the heck happened? So we was watching the acceptance speeches for the song of the year and the record of the year. And just to recap, because I ain't gonna play it again. Once again, Grammy is outside right now. They like, nah, anybody. So we learn our lesson there. We ain't gonna do that twice. But just a recap. For the song of the year, acceptance, as Kendrick, gets nominated and he's walking towards the stage. What we played and what we was focusing on for a second was the fact that everybody in the crowd, all these big power players, the Dre's, the Swiss Beats, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Taylor Swifts were all on their feet. Everybody was going crazy, singing word for word, Not Like Us. And then the song was playing in the background as Kendrick was walking up to receive his award. And everybody was curious. Will they censor Not Like Us? Will certain lyrics be stripped out of the song? Absolutely not. Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified. Like they played it. Okay. And then the trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor, and the whole crowd went up with him. So we played that. And yeah, it is what it is. It's official. For anybody that was questioning would that happen at the Grammys, I guess people think that the Grammys is a little bit more censored than the Super Bowl. Maybe Super Bowl be out here taking beer endorsements and whatnot. So there goes your answer. And what, this Sunday is the Super Bowl halftime show. So anybody that's got bets and money on the line about will it be played, see if you can find your way out of the bet. All right. If you bet that it won't be played, see if you can find your way out of the bet. Okay. And then, of course, as he accepted his Song of the Year award from the legendary, iconic Diana Ross. Oh my God! Talk about an honor. Talk about an honor. The relevance that's gonna be spoken about in this video from Rapaholics, and shout out to Rapaholics once again, is that even Diana Ross hosting that moment and giving him his award is relevant. Another thing that we discussed before the stream went down on us from the Grammys is Kendrick Lamar's outfit. I'm literally getting those text messages. Like, shout out to my man Ed. Like that jean jacket, and I mean, it's popular. Like I got a million of those in the closet, right? But they said that that's a Toronto tuxedo. Like the petty levels, the nail in the coffin levels, the 48 laws of power destroy completely element to Kendrick. It's just crazy. Like you're up there. What do you get? 4 awards, right? From the Grammys last night. And even your outfit is symbolic. The last thing, I'm gonna make sure that whether you join the stream late or we put it on this stream as well, before we get into the Rapaholics breakdown, and once again, big salute and shout out to them, is the point that we made on the last stream about Taylor Swift. Now, the whole 20v1 that Drake was rapping against and complaining about early on as the battle first started, right? It's clear. This is not a 20v1. This is a millions versus one when it comes to everybody that picked a side. Okay. I think Taylor Swift. See, I don't follow Taylor Swift because she's not my genre or my really taste in music. I just know how powerful she is, though, right? Taylor Swift is responsible for many people around the world, or across America at least, looking at the NFL saying that you guys are being biased towards the Chiefs. You guys are trying to make the Chiefs win. The gravity and the fan base and the eyes that Taylor Swift wins, it's just all business now for you guys. The ref controversy, right? That the all the memes and the videos of how the Chiefs get favorable calls, for Mahomes and all types of excessive penalties because the NFL is a business and they're pushing the Chiefs. A lot of that is still being said that is coming from Taylor Swift. The camera conveniently continuing to go up there every time that there's a big play or a touchdown or Kelsey reception. Taylor Swift indeed is that big of an artist. She's that big of a deal that her being there definitely adds a lot to the NFL. Definitely adds money. Definitely adds tickets and eyes and fans. Nick Wright, one of my favorite sports analysts, he did a breakdown the other day saying that this new generation and all these young kids that barely even follow football, if you ask them who their favorite team in the NFL is, they're going to say the Chiefs. Not because of Mahomes, not because of Kelsey, not because the cheetah used to be there, not because of Joe, none of these guys, because of Taylor Swift. So we say all that to say Taylor Swift sitting in that crowd during Kendrick Lamar's, nominations as he's walking up to the stage to receive his awards, and she's singing word for word. They're all standing ovation. They got the camera on her. The multiple camera angles are going around the internet right now, and she's doing the mustard and the Kendrick from the Not Like Us video, bopping all that, nailing the rhythm to it and all that. It's like, oh no. And it's just unrecoverable. It's unrecoverable. We knew that Kendrick was going to win Grammys. We knew that. How many we didn't know. The historic nature of what he's doing right now is still being walked down day by this guy as him and his team are crafting this excellence. But you're seeing more of what it feels like everybody has turned on Drake, and some of it feels deserving. It's one thing to just feel like, damn, everybody just picked a side for some random BS, and now everybody's against me, and I held y'all down like this. No, it's like there's a reason behind it. They see your behavior, they see the things you're saying, the things you're doing, the lawsuits, the things you're trying to pull off in the back, and then the fact that you lost. It's just and nobody likes a sore loser. And it's a sore loser times a billion the way Drake has been carrying himself after. And nobody likes that. It's like these big companies, these big corporations, the Grammys, the NFL, the other big polarizing heavyweights and billionaires, they've all chosen their side and said, get this guy out of here. Dre, all these guys, right? There's just no returning from that. It doesn't matter if Drake keeps an op list because the op list is so big, is so strong. It doesn't matter if you don't like them. Oh, you turned on me, LeBron. Okay, that's a powerful guy, but you got everybody that can fucking pull strings and push buttons that don't fuck with you. Everybody. These are fights you can't win. You can't win versus one-on-ones and something. You can't 1v1 Jay-Z in my eyes. I don't know if you could 1v1 Dre and have the world back you. You can't even 1v1 UMG. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole, everybody taking a stand against you like, we good. It is what it is, man. All right, let's get into this breakdown. Rapperholics has some real interesting stuff about the sweep last night. Let's check it out.
All right, Lawbreeze and Gentlegrams. The Grammy for Best Rap Song goes to Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. The Grammy for Best Rap Performance goes to Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. The Grammy for Best Music Video goes to Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. And the Grammy for Record of the Year should go to Drake Family Matters because he fulfilled a prophecy with that song. The one thing he said throughout the entire beef that actually aged well was, "Can you just open his mouth? Someone go hand on my Grammy right now." And Drake is probably in some lavish Airbnb in Australia right now, cooped up, snuggling with Baka under a blanket, tears rushing down his face as he realized that the biggest diss track in history, which has had the entire world chanting that Drake is a certified OV-ho PDF file, striking A minors, a song that broke all of Drake's streaming records, a song that is about to get played on the Super Bowl stage in front of hundreds of millions of people, a diss song that has become so big, so damaging and detrimental to the biggest pop star of our generation's career, that it broke the record of becoming the first diss song to ever catch a lawsuit. A diss song that allowed Kendrick Lamar to unify his entire city on stage in Inglewood at a show that generated hundreds of thousands of dollars for local LA businesses nonetheless. It's fair to say that Drake lines like "Get More Love in the City That You From" or "Numbers Wise I'm Out of Here, You're Not Keeping Up" aged horribly, but the one line that mattered in Family Matters that aged like the finest of wines was none other than, "Can you just open his mouth? Someone go hand on my Grammy right now." Because tonight, Kendrick Lamar not only swept up every award in the rap category with Not Like Us, but Not Like Us becomes the most awarded rap song in the Grammys history and breaks the record of being the first hip-hop song to ever win Song of the Year at the Grammys. While Drake is out here breaking records for being the first rapper to ever file a lawsuit over a diss song, Kendrick Lamar has only used that diss song to push the boundaries in hip-hop, unifying his city, pushing positivity, and breaking some of the most prestigious records in music history. Now we're going to break down everything that went down at the Grammys, Kendrick's acceptance speech, everyone who was chanting A minor as he went up to accept his awards, because there was a lot of them. All right, there was a lot of them. Drake was not lying. The one other bar that aged well was,
That's a question. Like when everybody just jumps out there, whether it's at the Grammys, whether it's going to be at the halftime show for the Super Bowl this weekend, whether you're a casual fan listening to the song, When you sing the A minor, are you doing that because of the actual diss, or are you doing it because it's catchy? Huh? Right? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a might. Like, why are you rapping it? Like, I do it because just the way that it was laid out, the way that Kendrick just formulated the whole narratives around Drake. But you also got to assume that there's a lot of people that's rapping that shit, whether it's going to be the Grammys or the Super Bowl, that's just like, it's catchy, right? But then again, maybe I'm being naive. This battle is just too big. Everybody knows what they're doing at this point. Yeah, Drake, I tried to clean it up for you. I'm sorry. I tried. I can't help.
Was that this was definitely a 20v1. I don't know what Drake did to piss off the industry, but that lawsuit against UMG has really left him stranded in Australia against the whole music industry, because that entire Grammys building was singing Not Like Us louder than they were singing it at the Pop Out concert. You thought a defamation lawsuit would stop the Grammys from playing Hey Drake, I Hear You Like 'Em Young or Certified PDF Files or A Minor on national television? Then you thought absolutely wrong. But honestly, this is not about Drake. This is about the boundaries that Kendrick just broke for hip hop.
Personal moment. This is something that like I see parallels in like in battle rap that I just wish, you see how the industry, you want to call it picking sides or the K bots or whatever. But when you once again when you see the power players, when you see Dre, when you see Snoop, when you see Jay-Z, when you see Beyonce, when you see UMG, when you see Spotify, whoever you think picked the side in this whole Kendrick and Drake thing, right? The overall vibe and the energy is that Drake is moving wrong, the things that he's doing wrong. That lawsuit is not good for the industry. It's not good for music. It's not good for up and coming artists. Like rap battles now, like there's gonna be a climate of you can get sued over it, right? It's not good. And when things are not good for everybody, you would think that people would take a stand. And that's one of my gripes within the battle rap industry is the people are too shallow, too spineless, and at times too broke to actually take stands to make the battle rap industry stronger and better. Like when we see things like there's this terminology in the battle rap industry for people that don't know that space well enough of blocked battles, right? When we talk about blocked battles, we're not talking about a contract that was allegedly violated, or a battle rapper that shouldn't have taken a battle because he's under some exclusive contract or something like that. I'm not talking about that. When I say blocked battle, me personally, I'm talking about battles that are supposed to happen at a particular time within a particular business configuration on a particular platform, and then it doesn't happen because of some pretty much illegal interference, right? The whole culture is supposed to take a stand against whoever would perform in such behavior, and they really didn't. Now I get it. Like when you're looking at power players or check cutters and you're too broke to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? That's when people only make a move when something happens to them. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna mind my business and Homer Simpson into the bushes. That's why battle rap, remains such a weak industry. Is there's no strong push for all the gatekeepers, all the doers, all the people that actually have strong voices. There's no consistent push to put the industry in the proper places, to have the proper things done. Like there's just certain things that happen within battle rap as an industry that everybody's supposed to say no, right? And when you don't see that level of strength coming, it just shows you how much smaller the battle rap industry actually is, and how weak it actually is, and how weak the people actually are. Like they can't even create change to better the environment that they have a career within. So the industry, has pissed a lot of people off up there now, right? You have everybody that's had a record or album or whatever, their deals and 360s, they all have their gripes. And sometimes, and many times, rightfully so. Look what the Locks went through with Diddy, for example. Like nobody agreed with that. But the campaigning of it, people took a stance. I don't believe that the Diddies of the world just give the Locks back their publishing or whatever the case may be in that type of situation because he felt it's the right thing to do. It's the outcry, right? And it's one of the reasons why I will always maintain my voice and my ability to communicate to whatever my fan base needs to hear from me is because sometimes, there's situations in the industry, any industry, battle rap industry, music industry, Hollywood, movie industry. It's not about violence, right? And it's not about even competition sometimes, as far as dealing with issues. Sometimes it's about the court of public opinion. What do you guys want? Right. I used that a lot over my career. And my whole effort was to just bring light to what I considered foul shit, fuck shit, or things that were bad. And especially when it was directly happening to me, I spoke on it. Right. And there have been people that have, over time, backed and seen enough and, they didn't like it and they were vocal as well. But there's never been stern positions. There's never been stern positions like, unless this stops, XYZ won't happen anymore, or we're not doing this anymore, or a fake ass strike. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at least in the industry up there, we'll see things like that. Like you'll see the actors going on strike, right? All these movies that'll be put on hold, right? And all these production efforts that'll be put on hold because the actors have a strike or something like that. Even Avocado, shout out to Ronya Day, the biggest camera crew within the battle rap space. He was affected by the strike at the time. You know what I'm saying? So you see things in the industry as foul as it could be up there. At least they protect the money. At least they protect, where they want the industry to go, right? At least they protect that, whether it's right or wrong. And any industry, including the battle rap industry, if you can't do those things, if you can't stand on 10, if you can't make certain moves or force certain directions that are good for you and the people around you, then you will remain eating off of the bottom of the table, underneath the table. That's just how it goes. That's why we don't have any millionaires in the battle rap industry. That's why people like me say, y'all can have it. I'm cool. Like there's two, like y'all don't want to listen. Don't listen to me. Y'all go ahead and play in that dirty ass playground. Y'all can have it because y'all don't want to even give a fuck about the integrity of the place. You know what I'm saying? When there's no integrity in a particular room, yet you still want to stand there, that's where the insanity comes from. Yeah, and I kept putting my hand on that same fucking stove for 10 years. Delivered a lot of great, did a lot of great, created a very, very strong legacy, one of the biggest in battle rap history. But what you have to endure and what I have to see and listen to over that 10 years, it just shows people like me, like, y'all don't give a shit, So I guess that's my personal time parallel to seeing what so many people disagree about Drake as him being one of the most powerful people in his industry, in his field, yet doing fuck shit. And then the whole industry said, nope. Hey, Kendrick, hold these awards. Y'all process that how y'all want to process it.
Music. This is a historic night. This is honestly, in my opinion, the first time that the Grammys almost got everything right. They even got the biggest R&B singer in the world right now to stop boycotting them and put on a performance tonight, which we will touch on later. But I want to emphasize to you guys why this is so important for hip hop and how Kendrick just sparked a massive change in the way the Grammys operate and really just the entire direction of where the culture is currently headed and the artistry that we will value from this point forward. If you're wondering for a second why it's so incredibly monumental that Kendrick just won both record and song of the year in the main categories for not just a hip hop song, but a diss song nonetheless, when everyone thought that the future of diss songs and rap battles could potentially be compromised by the defamation lawsuit that Drake just filed, then I want to emphasize to you why it is such an achievement to win in one of these main categories. Since the inception of hip hop and the Grammys, only one other hip hop song has ever won in the main categories, and that was This Is America in 2019 by Childish Gambino for Record of the Year. No song has ever won Song of the Year. And let's look at the very few times that the Grammys ever even nominated hip-hop songs in these main categories, and let's see who they lost to. All the way back in 1990, MC Hammer was nominated for You Can't Touch This. Record of the Year.
I said on the last stream before the Grammys clipped me, and then we had to come back just now. I said, thank God Drake ain't from New York because the whole, energy and competitive nature between the East Coast and the West Coast, especially ever since the Biggie and the Tupac thing. If Drake was from New York or he was from the East Coast, this would be an L that we would never be able to reclaim or rebound from, like ever. It's like, thank God. Oh man, I swear.
He lost to Phil Collins, Another Day in Paradise. In 1996, they skipped over some of the most amazing hip hop songs we've ever gotten from legends like Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. The list goes on, but in 96, they did nominate Coolio for his song Gangster's Paradise for Record of the Year, but that, of course, did lose to Eric Clapton's Change the World. In 1999, they nominated Lauryn Hill for Doo-Wop for Record of the Year. That lost to Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. In 2001, Eminem was nominated for Record of the Year with The Real Slim Shady. He lost to U2's Beautiful Day. Outkast was also nominated in that category for Hey Ya. They also lost. In 2002, Outkast again was nominated for Miss Jackson for Record of the Year. They lost to Norah Jones's Don't Know Why. In 2003, Eminem again was nominated for Record of the Year with Lose Yourself. He lost to Coldplay's Clocks. In 2004, with the emergence.
How does Lose Yourself fucking lose, man? Damn. That seems like such a anthem for coming out on a football field and taking the court to play a game or a championship night, or Lose Yourself lost? Damn.
Of Kanye West, we saw Jesus Walks get nominated for Song of the Year. That lost to John Mayer's Daughters. In the
I don't know about Jesus Walks losing either. That was such a huge song. Wow. Wow. Grammys. And we just talked about people standing up, right? You see people over the years like a Jay-Z, people like Eminem took that stand, said, I'm not going, I'm not supporting. And hip hop is such a big genre. It's such a big commodity. And these power players that you want in your room, you want Jay-Z and Swiss Beats and Dr. Dre and Beyonce and Taylor Swift. And these are all people that support hip hop. And if these people say like this, something's wrong here, the Grammys has to shape up or shift out. So like, damn, to hear the history of some of them L's that was taken from the hip hop genre and the hip hop culture, Kendra's over here fixing that shit too, huh?
late 2000s and early 2010s, they seemed to nominate every song that had a Rihanna feature, as in 2008. Rihanna and Jay-Z's song Umbrella was nominated for Record of the Year. That lost to Amy Winehouse's Rehab. In 2011, Eminem and Rihanna's song Love the Way You Lie was nominated for Record of the Year. That lost to Lady Antebellum's song Need You Now. In 2000,
Man, you can't be serious. You can't be serious with this question. The Locks and the Dips, they've been around each other since the battle. They just walk into the rooms, they laugh about it. I've seen Cameron do skits about losing and all that, skits with Brandy and whatnot. Like they laugh about it. It's just like that. I hate to try to remove the rest of the hip hop world, when it comes to that battle, but that really was some New York shit. Like that's one of them things like, yo, let's settle this once and for all and get it on record. You know what I'm saying? That's a very controlled, friendly, it's gonna still be history that, yo, Dips, y'all got your asses killed by fucking the Locks. Like y'all got demolished. But this ain't that. That was like just a pure hip hop thing. No beef, no, even though Cam was kicking Styles P on the stage and shit, and Kiss was slamming Joel Santana's bandana and shit. That's not beef. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake and Kendrick is beef. Drake got a lawsuit out there opening it up with a graphic scene of how he had to apply pressure to security guards' gunshot wounds, right? And he's putting it all in a defamation lawsuit about the Not Like Us song. Okay, people have been hurt, stores defamed, and careers lost, tarnished forever, lawsuits. This is like a worldly thing, Kendrick and Drake. The Locks and the Dips, so it just feels more like a New York hip hop isolated friendly. Let's just figure out who's better, who's the better group. You know what I'm saying? Completely night and day to me. Completely.
2012, Rihanna and Kanye West's All of the Lights was nominated for Song of the Year. That lost to Adele's Rolling in the Deep. 2014, the Grammy Darlene Macklemore was nominated for Thrift Shop for Song of the Year. That lost to Lord Royals. In 2015, they nominated Iggy Azalea with her song Fancy. That, to no surprise, lost Record of the Year to Sam Smith's Stay With Me. In 2016,
destroyed, yes, but destroyed for like the night and for the battle. Like the Dips is still the biggest thing that we talk about right now. The Dips today is like the Cam and Jim beef. Like nobody's still talking about that loss. I mean, we will revisit it as hip hop historians, but that was like the moment, and then we all move on. It's like if we ever got to talk or argue, we talk about the verses. But if, as long as there's no argument, everybody moves on. This has killed Drake's career forever, and that's why he wants to go get that 400 through 800, 900 million or whatever from UMG, because he's like, it's a wrap. I can't go on to do a podcast or a show like Cam and May still are doing. I can't go on to keep dropping music like Jim does. Anything I put out, that they're killing me. It's over as I know it. Hey, UMG, let me holla at you. That's my personal belief. Yeah, definitely different. But I understand the question, though. I understand the question.
2016, Kendrick received his first nomination for Song of the Year with his song All Right. That lost to Ed Sheeran's song Thinking Out Loud. Kendrick again was nominated in 2018 for his song Humble. For Record of the Year, that lost to Bruno Mars's 24K Magic. 2019 was the first time a rap song won with Childish Gambino's This Is America. It won Record of the Year. In 2020, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X lost Record of the Year to Billie Eilish. In 2023, Kendrick again was nominated for the Heart Part 5 for Record and Song of the Year. That lost as well. And so here we are today after dozens and dozens of snubs on classic records. Not Like Us becomes the first hip-hop song to win both Record and Song of the Year, and simultaneously becomes the most awarded rap song at the Grammys in history, as it won in every single category it was nominated in: Best Music Video, Best Rap Song and Performance, and of course, both Record and Song of the Year. Kendrick now also makes history, becoming the second most awarded artist at the Grammys.
When Not Like Us wins for Video of the Year, just a quick question: does it win because of all the intricate details of the Easter eggs, or just because the overall visuals of it, just the general visuals of the directors and the producers of what they put together? What do y'all think?
Grammys. Sorry, second most awarded hip hop artist, because with the 5 awards he took home tonight, he now has a total of 22 Grammys. He's only behind both Kanye West and Jay-Z, who have.
I don't even know what Lucian looks like. Lucian was there too. I mean, it would make sense that he's there. Some of this stuff might go into his counter lawsuit, right? Oh my God, word he was. Like I said, I don't even know what the guy looks like, but now I want to go find the clip for myself. That's crazy.
Have a total of both 24 awards each. But if you think for a second he's not going to surpass them next year, then you are sorely mistaken, because GNX was released in November. The cutoff date for albums that could be nominated for Grammys was in August. So GNX will only be able to be nominated for next year's Grammys. I have no doubt Kendrick will collect more than 2 awards next year, which will make him the most awarded hip hop artist in Grammys history. And if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, then I kindly ask you to smash the like button, because we have been on point with the predictions for the Grammys within the Rapaholics community. I told you guys weeks ago, Not Like Us was about to win Record of the Year. It was about to win every award in the rap category. I said Doechii would likely win Best Rap Album of the Year, but I gotta be honest, I did not expect a clean sweep like this. I thought, yeah, he might win Record of the Year, but not both Record and Song of the Year. That is absolutely insane. I don't think the Grammys usually do that, where they give the same song both Song and Record of the Year. It just shows the impact, the cultural significance that Not Like Us has had over 2024, and what it will continue to do in 2025 and way beyond. And Kendrick made that known in his speech, or speeches, should I say. They had to get that boy up there a couple times. They weren't done giving him awards until the night was done. They were battling over who's Prince, who's Michael Jackson. Kendrick Lamar, I'm sorry, Drake, he is both. At this point, you got to just sue the Grammys. That's all you could do, because this just solidified Not Like Us as possibly the greatest hip hop.
Yo, did your man said at this point you just got to sue the Grammys? Yo, if you're gonna sue UMG for defamation behind promoting this song, I mean, if I know you're trying to say that UMG got all these ways that they went out of their way to do things that's untraditional, right? But what if people start putting all these pieces of these puzzles together? You know how the internet does their work, and they start saying like, "Yo, the Grammys did something that they never did before. The Grammys purposefully did this to push Kendrick Lamar in this moment." Like, what if we watch this Sunday and there's things that the NFL has never done before? Are you just gonna say they're being creative and that it's constant evolution and innovation? Right. And yeah, they're gonna find different ways and better ways to promote their moment. Or you're gonna be on the other side of the coin and say, like, oh no, this is all to go against Drake. So, listen, I don't put much past dude at this point. I told y'all that on a previous stream. If he turned around and he sued the NFL or he sued the Grammys, I promise you, I would not be shocked. And if you saw the clip that I put up about why I believe he's suing UMG and not Kendrick Lamar, we Googled the numbers of Kendrick Lamar's worth and everything like that. Kendrick Lamar currently today is not worth even half of Drake's last deal. Kendrick Lamar is worth like 140 million, 160 million, something like that. And I'm not downplaying it at all. That's fucking incredible. But Drake's last deal is reportedly to be 400 million. So when you talk about legalities and sitting down with your legal team, right? If I'm thinking that I'm trying to negotiate, which is in his defamation case, my next deal, even if I want the same number, which is 400, Kendrick isn't worth half of that. So where am I going to get that money from? Blood from a stone, right? Let alone if he wants more than his last deal, 5, 6, 7, 800 million, reportedly, right? But even his last deal of 400, Kendrick isn't worth half of that. Okay. So I really do believe that if the money was available on Kendrick's side, that Drake would have sued him. But on the flip side with UMG, I think we pulled it up in that video. They're worth like 52 billion, right? So if they're worth 52 billion and you want 5, 6, 7, 800 million, the money's at least available if you win. It's not available from Kendrick, especially if he wants the type of win where he's just like, now I'm gone. It's no different than a boxer on a small scale where you say, he's putting it at a number in case he loses, right? This is like tactically, what's somebody worth? What's the company worth? How much money do I want? What happens if I win and I can't, get back to my music career? The type of money that I was just awarded, it covers all of that. That's just the logical, reasoning that I have personally of him suing UMG and not Kendrick. Of course, from court of public opinion, I think it looks good to not sue Kendrick. You still have whatever's left of your hip hop following to back you and not kill you for that too. But he would if it was justified, if it made sense to me. And it just doesn't even make sense to sue Kendrick. That's just my personal opinion. So the Grammys got it, just like UMG got it. The NFL got it, just like UMG got it. So if Drake was sitting back and saying, go ahead and do that, go ahead and promote it, and then he sues them too, I would not be shocked. We're going to report on it, and the whole internet's going to blow up, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm going to say, I could have believed it. ARP said it weeks and damn near a month before.
Top diss record of all time. Oh, and just another crazy stat before we jump into, the whole Grammys breakdown, everything Kendrick said during his speeches, etc. The glazing isn't done. Another record that Kendrick Lamar has broken is he's become.
Yeah, and we was talking about in liquid versus what's in assets, let alone. So if he's worth 140 or 160, Kendrick, that's not even all liquid. Let's say a percentage of that is in real estate equity, a percentage of that is in assets, maybe cars and jewelry and diamonds, maybe a percentage of that is in stocks and all different types of stuff. Like what he's worth isn't even all liquid, so even if you win a suit versus Kendrick for more than he's worth, like how are you going to get that money and what does it take? You got to start pulling a Tekashi 6ix9ine and auctioning off all his stuff. Like no, it's just not feasible for what the type of money that Drake feels that he needs right now. So
The only male rapper in history to win 5 Grammys in a single night. The craziest part is he's done this 3 different times. After the release of To Pimp a Butterfly, he won 5 awards at the Grammys in 2016. After the release of Damn in 2017, he won 5 awards at the 2018 Grammys. And now, after the release of Not Like Us, he has won 5 awards at the 2025 Grammys, all for that one song. So how many stocks does he really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the rest. And I think the most poetic part of this entire night is the fact that the presenter of Song of the Year at the Grammys, the woman who handed Kendrick Lamar his award for Not Like Us, was none other than the legendary Diana Ross, who starred in the movie The Wiz, the same movie that Kendrick Lamar sampled in Euphoria.
But then that should be the same defense that UMG would be putting up, right? So I see what you're saying, Ayana.
The first line of the first diss track he released to kick off this battle, where Richard Pryor said, "Everything they said about me is true. I'm a phony."
Phony! You're nothing but a phony!
Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony. I got no powers.
And my apologies.
And there you have the tie-in to Diana Ross presenting the award to Kendrick Lamar. Now, for the conspiracy theorists, I guess they can start jumping around saying that they knew he was gonna win uh, the Grammy Award all the way back to when he created his intro to Euphoria, right? Cool, no problem. If he did, he did. You know what I'm saying? That just means that Drake was in an even worse position than he was seeing. That means that the chessboard was even heavier than he knew. You know what I mean? Like, but there you have the tie-in to why he was presented by Diana Ross. That's crazy.
As I'm recording this video, quick edit, Jay-Z actually broke Kanye's record to become the most awarded rapper in history at the Grammys. He won his 25th award this year as he was credited on Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter, which won the Album of the Year. In my opinion, another great pick. Beyonce has been, I believe, the most awarded and nominated artist at the Grammys in history, but has never won Album of the Year. So for her to get it this late in her career emphasizes that the Grammys are really trying to make an effort to move things in a more positive direction. But anyways, back to Kendrick Lamar. It looks like he's going to have to win 4 more Grammys to beat Jay-Z's record as the most awarded rapper of all time at the Grammys. But tonight, as he went up to accept his 21st and 22nd Grammy Awards, Kendrick was rocking none other than a Canadian tuxedo. It's all in the imagery, man. Everything Kendrick Lamar does with the imagery, the music, the messaging, it's all with a purpose. And this was the beautiful icing on the cake to celebrate this monumental achievement for hip hop, for diss records, with the sneakiest of sneak disses. Because if you guys didn't know, all right, let me put you on to a little bit of Canadian culture. As a fellow Canadian, a Canadian tuxedo is when you wear jeans and a jean jacket. And that's exactly what Kendrick was wearing tonight. And as he went up to accept this award, there was...
Shout out to Rapaholics, man. I must have missed that in your previous videos that you are indeed Canadian yourself. Wow. And his whole channel has evolved into, like, he's keeping it 1,000. He shits all over Drake. He don't give no fucks about Drake, and he's Canadian. How about that? How about that, people? And I said on the other stream, man, I was just like, man, as far as that Canadian tuxedo, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not from out there. But if there's any Canadian people in the chat, please let me know if that's true. Well, Rapaholics is Canadian. So there goes our confirmation about Kendrick Lamar and his outfit last night. Wild.
There's tons of legends in the crowd. Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, Swiss Beats. But honestly, I think the artist who was most happy for Kendrick to win this award was none other than Taylor Swift. Drake was using her name left and right in this entire beef, claiming she was Kendrick's new boss, claiming Kendrick was too scared to drop his diss track because it get overshadowed by her new album. He dropped a whole diss song with her name on it, Taylor Made Freestyle. And she returned the favor tonight by dancing like an absolute freak to Not Like Us.
Oh shit. She's over there.
I'm talking from every angle. Here's some more angles for you guys. Last one.
The Grammy goes to, even if it's not you, Beyonce, I might just say this. Not Like Us, Kendrick.
She was rapping the song word for word.
Oh my God, that's Taylor Swift.
And
people.
honestly, the entire crowd was rapping it. I'm shocked. Like
of Taylor Swift and her fan base against you, B. Oh my God. Damn.
They played the most polarizing verse of the entire song, literally blasting "Say Drake."
Even Drake knows, the gravity of Taylor Swift. Didn't he say that on like one of the outros of his song? He said, "I ain't gonna lie, Taylor Swift. She dropped him getting out the way." So why you fucking with her? Oh my God.
Hear You Like Him Young in the middle of the ceremony, the entire crowd chanting it, and the crowd exploded. I'm talking Diddy Baby Oil Freak Off explosion when they heard the A minor.
It's all right.
Set it up to pop, I'ma get him drunk. Won't pass it us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
So for the first 3 awards that Not Like Us won, Music Video of the Year, Rap Song, and Rap Performance of the Year, those were presented during the pre-ceremony, so Mustard accepted all of those awards. By the third one, I think he was like genuinely tired walking up and down that stage so many times to collect all these awards like wild Pokemon. But when the main show started, we hadn't seen Kendrick in the crowd. The Grammys had announced that there'd be a surprise performer during the ceremony. I had assumed, because we hadn't actually seen Kendrick, but his TDE presence was felt through Doechii and through SZA, I thought maybe he was hiding backstage and he would be the surprise guest. To my surprise, I was actually wrong, and it ended up being none other than The Weeknd. And again, I think the Grammys made a lot of right moves during tonight's ceremony, a lot of initiatives that should have been taken years in advance, many snubs that could have been avoided in many different instances, mainly with the Weeknd situation. Way back in 2020, he had arguably the biggest album that year with After Hours, and the Grammys, like usual, snubbed him. So he got on Twitter and said, "The Grammys remain corrupt. You owe me, my fans, and the industry transparency." And he vowed to boycott the Grammys in the future, never submitting his music and never attending the award show. At the time, his Canadian counterpart Drake actually pledged his support as well, because a couple of years prior in 2018, he won Rap Record of the Year with his song God's Plan, and he got on stage to accept the award, basically telling the crowd, music is an opinion-based sport. All of the anonymous voters at the Grammys don't necessarily dictate your success. If you have a bunch of people who are coming to your shows singing your songs word for word, that means you made it, not some sort of trophy.
Kids that are watching this, that are aspiring to do music, all my peers that make music from their heart, I want to let you know we play in an opinion-based sport. This is a business where sometimes it's up to a bunch of people that might not understand, what a mixed race kid from Canada has to say. You've already won. If you have people who are singing your songs word for word, if you're a hero in your hometown, you don't need this right here. I promise you, you already won.
And then by 2020, when the Weeknd got snubbed, Drake went on Instagram and said, "I think we should stop allowing ourselves to be shocked every year by the disconnect between impactful music and these awards, and just accept that what once was the highest form of recognition may no longer matter to the artists that exist now and the ones that come after. It's like a relative you keep expecting to fix up, but they just can't change their ways." The other day, I said the Weeknd was a lock for either album or song of the year, along with countless other reasonable assumptions, and it just never goes that way. This is a great time for somebody to start something new that we can build up over time and pass on to the generations to come. So that year, both him and The Weeknd pulled their music from submission to the Grammys, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that means their music could no longer be eligible for nominations at future Grammy Awards, which was a pretty respectable move by Drake, if I gotta be honest. But what was even more respectable was this year, right before The Weeknd got on stage to perform again, after his 4-year boycott, the presenter said that they wanted the Grammys to change and modernize so they can better serve this dynamic global community. And after the criticism that they faced from many artists like The Weeknd and Drake for lack of transparency in their...
So The Weeknd just happened to stop boycotting the same year that Kendrick dominated and swept, and take that how you want to take it.
Awards. And they understood and felt their conviction and wanted to make the Grammys an organization dedicated to the well-being of all music makers and one that reflects the entire music community. So over the last few years, they've listened, they've acted, and they've changed. They've launched initiatives like the Black Music Collective, Women in the Mix, Actively Proud, and they completely remade their membership, adding more than 3,000 women voting members, and the cast of voters are now younger. Nearly 40% are people of color, and 66% of the voting members are now new, in an attempt to transform and create a system that's rooted in integrity and fairness, and bringing innovation to the group of over 13,000 members who vote on who will win all of the Grammy Awards. And again, because...
Man, listen, and y'all see I had a little subtopic where, I went into that for a good 5 minutes or whatever. That's needed sometimes, and change isn't always overnight, but it's good to see change, because all these power players that have boycotted the Grammys once upon a time, but they actually finally made the change because how much they need hip hop, how much they need that support, how much these people are impactful and instrumental to just even the success of the music industry, period, right? And that's why I think it's dope to see some of us, getting into these areas, right? When you have like a Jay-Z getting into the NFL, that's not a time to hate, like whether you feel like he voted for your favorite rapper or not to take the stage. You got to understand the pluses. Like even with Drake's speech that we just, saw, I agree with everything he said at that time. Because there are sometimes people that just don't understand, and there's a disconnect in some of these power structures, some of these entities, some of these big corporations, that they're there for the business. They're there to sign these artists, and down on the ground, the people that's doing all the work and creating all this timeless pieces of art, there could be a disconnect, right? And that's unfortunate. So when we see a Jay-Z get into the NFL, when we see a Kendrick dominate the Grammys like this, it's not just that moment, people. The ripple effect of that is important for our culture. It's important for putting some of these corporate and industry entities in the right direction and having them do the right thing. Period. Right. So it's even a bigger meaning to that tangent that I went on about the battle rap industry, never really forcing the directions of what's right and what's wrong towards whatever power players are in the front. Right. It's all relevant, people. It's all relevant. So I will say congratulations to Kendrick. Once again, if you got any money on the Super Bowl this weekend, and if he will or if he won't perform Not Like Us or even say the lyrics, try to cancel your bet if you can. If the person will let you out the bet, if they'll let you like take half of the money now and relinquish the rest of the bet and take it. Because it's signed and sealed. That money is gone. It's out of your pocket already. All right. It's incredible, man. They say the longest L in hip hop history, and it's not even done. Like this Grammys thing is a big moment. It's a big situation. Then you got the Super Bowl halftime show coming up on Sunday. Then after that, Kendrick's tour. And after that, a possible another album. It's just like even Drake to try to wait it out. It's, well, how long do I have to sit on the bench? Until 2027? Like, like how long until y'all clear the road for me to peek my head out and come back and try to be like a guy that y'all fuck with and me to put out a bunch of hit songs and hit albums that y'all gonna get behind and support? How long do I have to wait out Kendrick? And that's a reality too. Think about what Jay-Z told the Rockefeller camp. At least I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this 50 cent wave, it's on the way. And we're gonna have to wait it out. So everybody, we need to take shelter and get off our little packs right now. And after that, we're gonna have to take shelter. That's real industry talk. It sounds like general to us, like just regular, like, oh, he's just predicting how big of an artist 50 Cent is gonna be. No. You see it all the time. People's tours get pushed back. People's albums get pushed back. Artists fight over dropping on the same days. Like it's an industry thing. It's happening in battle rap right now. In battle rap, it's to the point where we need a calendar. You got all these different events that are dropping on like in the same time period of February, March, and April, and we're losing track. And the top dogs are going to move to the front, and other people underneath that are going to lose sales and lose visibility and lose promotion. And that's another reason why the coordinated efforts amongst league owners sometimes it helps, because it's like, all right, you're going to drop here, then I'm going to drop 4 weeks after that or whatever, and give the fans a chance to put as much of their attention on each event. It's no different than competing for albums, competing for the light, competing for dominating these single charts, and billboards and everything like that. You have to navigate it, right? And Kendrick's wave right now will put a bunch of people on pause, in particular Drake. And so it's deeper than rap, people. It's deeper than rap. All right, the West, y'all continue to dominate. Y'all got it, man. No, hey, I know I got my New York hat on today. It's not on purpose, it's just I felt like it matched my hoodie a little bit. I ain't got no beef with y'all. As a New Yorker, y'all got it. When y'all got it, y'all got it. I'm gonna give credit when credit's due. Y'all got it, and y'all are holding it down for a minute right now. Kendrick, man, shout out to him. Just a dominant force that just cannot be stopped anytime soon.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.